Imagine this for a second. You've been saving for decades, 401k contributions, IRAs, maybe even a brokerage account on the side. You've been through market booms, market crashes, and you've stayed the course. And one day you log in and there it is, $1 million. You've hit the big milestone that everybody talks about. Now what? Here's the thing. That $1 million looks like a huge number when you're still working, but once you retire, that number has to do a lot of heavy lifting. It has to replace your paycheck, it has to keep up with inflation, and it has to last 25 to 30 years, maybe even more. So the real question isn't, do I have a million? It's what does that million actually turn into when it comes to income? And for a lot of people, that answer is very different from what they imagined. Hi, I'm Dan Shevlin. I'm the president of 2020 Financial Group, and that's what we're going to break down in this video. We're going to talk about what $1 million really gives you in retirement income, the 4 big factors that can make that number grow or shrink, and why how you take the money matters just as much as how much you've saved. And if you want to see exactly how far your savings can take you, book a time with me using the link below. And if you find this helpful, make sure you hit the subscribe, because every week I post a new video to help you make these decisions with clarity and confidence. The simple math people use. The first way most people answer this question is with the old 4% rule. You've probably heard it. You can withdraw about 4% of your retirement portfolio per year, and historically, that should give you about 25 to 30 years of income. So on $1 million, 4% equals $40,000 per year. If you add Social Security and top that, say, another 25 to 30,000 per year, you're looking at 65 to 70,000 of annual income. But here's the catch. The 4% rule is a rough guideline, not a guarantee. It was built from looking at past market returns. It doesn't account for taxes, and it assumes you stick to the plan even when the market drops, which is a lot easier said than done. Sometimes 4% is too high, especially if you retire into a rough market. Sometimes with careful planning, you can take a bit more. So if 4% isn't the whole answer, what actually determines how much income 1 million can give you? There are 4 big factors. Factor 1, how your portfolio is invested. This one is huge. If your 1 million is sitting entirely in cash, CDs, or savings accounts because you're nervous about risk, here's the problem. You're losing to inflation every single year. At 3% inflation, the purchasing power of your money shrinks by about $30,000 in just 1 year. Over a decade, that's a huge hit. On the flip side, if you stay 100% in stocks and the market drops 20% right as you retire, and you start withdrawing at the same time, you're digging a hole that's very hard to climb out of. This is called sequence of return risk. You need a balanced investment plan, one that gives you stability for the income you need right now, and growth so the money lasts 25 or 30 years. Factor number 2, when you retire, timing matters. If you retire during a strong market and the first 5 years are smooth, your 1 million can stretch much further. If you retire right into a down market, the first 5 years can do permanent damage to your plan. Why? Because when you withdraw during a market downturn, you're locking in those losses, and your portfolio has less money left to recover when the market comes back. That's why having a withdrawal plan that adjusts during tough markets is critical. Factor number 3, how long you live. This is the part people often underestimate. If you retire at 65 and live to 85, that's 20 years of income. But if you should live to 95, that's 30 years of income. That's an extra 10 years. That means hundreds of thousands of dollars of more withdrawals. A lot of people plan for an average life expectancy, but what if you're one of those who live a lot longer than average? That's why longevity is one of the biggest risks in retirement. Factor number 4, taxes. This is one of the biggest surprises people run into when they retire. That 1 million you saved isn't all yours. If most of it is sitting in pre-tax accounts like 401ks and traditional IRAs, every single dollar you take out is going to be taxed as ordinary income. Think about it this way. When you had 1 million in a 401k, you never paid taxes on that money. Retirement is when the IRS finally gets their share. So if you're in a 20% tax bracket, pulling $40,000 from that account doesn't give you $40,000 to spend. After federal and possibly state taxes, it might only leave you with around $30,000 to $32,000 in your pocket. Now compare that to someone who has a mix of accounts. Part of their savings is in a Roth IRA, where qualified withdrawals are completely tax-free. Part of it's in a regular brokerage account, where only the gains are taxed and often at a lower capital gains rate. And part of it is in a pre-tax account. That person has more flexibility in retirement. Flexibility is power because it allows you to control the accounts you pull from, to keep taxes as low as possible. This is why I always tell people, it's not just how much you saved, it's how you saved it. The tax structure of your money can easily be the difference between 1 million that feels like 700,000 after taxes and 1 million that feels closer to the full million. And this is because of how you draw it out. So if you haven't already looked at where your money sits and not just how much you have, that's something you want to address before you retire. Because the less you pay in unnecessary taxes, the more of that 1 million stays in your pocket doing what you actually saved it for. What does 1 million really give you? When you combine all those factors, here's a more realistic picture. A conservative withdrawal rate of 3.5%, about $35,000 a year. A moderate withdrawal rate of 4%, about $40,000 a year. Add Social Security, and now you're looking at $55,000 to $70,000 of income, depending on your benefits. If you have a pension, part-time income, or rental income, you can add that on top. But that's the general range. And remember, these numbers are just the starting point. A well-planned withdrawal strategy, one that considers taxes, market conditions, and spending flexibility, can make that 1 million last a lot longer than one-size-fits-all 4% rule. Why the plan matters more than the number. I can't emphasize this enough. A $1 million portfolio with no plan can feel very fragile. The same 1 million with a clear, tax-efficient strategy can feel abundant. It's not just about the number, it's about what you do with it. So here's the bottom line. If you're wondering how much income your 1 million will really give you, the answer is it depends on the plan, how you invest it, how you withdraw it, how you structure your taxes, and how flexible you can be when the market throws a curveball. $1 million is a fantastic milestone, but without a plan, it's just a number on a screen. If you're at the point where you're ready to turn your savings into a retirement paycheck that you can count on, now is the time to build that plan. Because when you know exactly where your income's coming from, how long it will last, you stop guessing and you start living. If you found this helpful, hit the like button so more people can see it, and subscribe to the channel. Every week I break down retirement planning in plain language so you can make better decisions with confidence. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.